Hello, we are Random Access Games. I'm Dyroth,
And I'm Tritum.
and we spent the last 2 to 3 days and a half working on a 48-hour game jam. We did not sleep a lot of this time, but we created a game which I think is pretty cool. It's mostly just a prototype. We are going to show you sort of what went behind the process of this, what our plans for moving forward are, and I guess behind the scenes on how this game works. So first, we can talk about what the game is and how the loop actually goes. I can display on screen right now. Let's go to the main menu.
Go to the menu and just do a quick little playthrough.
So the point of the game jam was roll the dice, and the way we interpreted this is we kind of saw a lot of people doing like board games and stuff like that has to do with dice. We don't want to do anything like that, and we want to do something that had the random element but do something in our own style. So we made basically an arena shooter that randomizes almost everything else. You get a money system, you save up money from killing enemies, you can spend this money based on like different tiers of gambling, and you can gamble on how much ammo you get, abilities that you get, different weapons, and then eventually the bigger boys is getting new levels and obstacles, which eventually will roll a key. And you're supposed to collect 3 keys and then you win.
Basically just boomer shooter movement with randomized stats, basically.
Yeah. And it keeps your time and your score, and you can beat your time and see if you get a new one or not.
Got to encourage that speedrunning somehow.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot the debug stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Gives behind the scenes, you know?
Exactly.
Gives a character. Key texture not loading is weird. It might just be because it's engine content, so when someone new opens up the project, it resets. That would be my guess.
So the AI right now just spawns in waves. There's different layers per different obstacles. Where is this guy?
So I did the programming for the AI, and essentially the way that it works is that there is a base class for the AI, and it allows you to choose what weapon the AI is holding, how much health it has, all of that stuff when you create it. And then after I did all of that and got those set up, I did a very simple wave system, which I have never done before. And essentially, you get a drop-down menu called Waves, and you hit a little plus button, and you can just add in whatever amount of waves you want, and then within that, you can add however many enemies to those waves that you want. And there is a little checkbox at the bottom where you can decide whether it loops or not. For all of these combinations, we made them loop, just because that's how the game was designed currently, but the option is there for later to make ones that are completable.
I think the AI took a lot of our time, but do you want to talk about, I guess, our process during the game jam in the last 2 days?
Yeah, so essentially we started out with a big Google Doc, where we just brainstormed and threw stuff down to try and figure out what direction we were going to take things. I'm actually very proud because by the end of the game jam, we were only missing one feature that we had planned out, despite this being very ambitious.
Yeah.
But we essentially went through, and once we found a concept that we liked, we went and worked with it and added details, all these mechanics and ways things would work. And then we set up a timetable to try and better manage development and how long it would take to do each thing. We didn't end up using that much in the end.
Yeah.
And then past that, we pretty much just did whatever we found the most important first, which was mostly game mechanics and things such as that, and all of the sound design and effects and level design came together near the end of the project.
Yeah, and this timetable we put in to sleep at some point, but
yeah,
that didn't work out.
We did at least follow the sleeping bit.
Yeah.
Only for the first day though. The second day we were up for the whole 24 hours.
Yeah. There's just so many bugs that like you can't see beforehand, and you have to get it done. Otherwise, like the game just doesn't look good. We can't submit it. And I guess the first process, like the process that we went through of getting the game to work, was we first worked on the character abilities and character movement. We want to make sure the character worked good. And then we built the weapons system. So getting the weapons to work, getting the bullets to work.
And in tandem with that, yeah, the bullet system, right? Which was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Totally didn't have to reprogram it from nearly scratch when we realized we wanted to do effects and whatnot for them.
Oh, yeah. I think they're worth it.
It was totally worth it, yeah.
But the terminal over here that can do the casino system and have different tiers. So the first tier is you can roll for an ability or more ammunition. Third one is weapon ability and ammo.
I just realized we spelled ammunition wrong. We're stupid.
Oh no.
Oh man, we're so dumb.
Prototype.
That's
on.
That's what 48 hours of straight work does to you.
I could not. Like, there's no way I would have caught this.
Yeah, no. I just noticed after like 4 days. I guess you should mention how the obstacles work as well, because we didn't really go into that.
Oh yeah. So each level is its own built space. So all this is sort of just a base, all the lava and the rocks. But then these metallic structures with the yellow on it, all this is on a separate level. And we can spawn these levels in using level streaming. And we have a set of 5 so far, but there can be like as many as you want. We programmed them separately, and then we can spawn them in whenever we want, which is through the terminal. And attached to these level streams is the AI spawner system, where you can drop down, choose how many enemies you want, and then you can drop down and choose which enemies that you want to spawn in each wave. We try to keep it balanced, so if there's a lot of like assault rifle enemies, we'll have the easier ones like the shotgunners. And I guess the middle ground is a rocket launcher guys, since they're pretty slow, but if you get caught in them, then you lose a lot of health very quickly.
And they only take, I think, like 2 pistol shots to kill. They have very low health to balance out their incredible damage amounts.
Yeah.
And the ability to send you like 15 feet in the air.
So I guess for future, we want to create this into a more like versatile modular system, so we can have, I guess, increasing waves, like increasing variations and increasing difficulty in ways the longer you go.
Yeah, we didn't have time for that.
No. All this is still kind of prototyping.
Yeah, so why don't you go through and hide and unhide all the levels and go through each one to show how that works.
Oh yeah. So here, for instance, the lava level. Here we have all the obstacles already loaded in. So this is without the obstacles. Obstacle number 1. Some stairs. Here. Obstacle level 2. Just a cool platform for you to run across. Go across the chasm. And these work with the other levels as well.
Yeah, making them work with the lava level was actually the hardest, because Darweth decided to do level design on his own instead of just making it flat from the start.
I don't want a flat level. I want some little variation in height stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. We can work on expanding that with the other levels as well for later.
Oh yeah. 3, 4, and then 5. In terms of actual level design, a lot of these assets are from Quixel Megascans, and their assets are so realistic. Like, they're so easy to work with. All these are from different Quixel. Yeah, we have it here. So these Nordic ones are one set, but then you can also have the Icelandic and Sandstone stuff. Icelandic, Nordic, even though they're different colors and completely different materials, you can get them to work together with just how easy Quixel is. Changing the color and so we're using the new Netite system with this, which is my first time using it, but oh my god, is it so nice, because this shows you every like set of triangles that it uses, and if it's less than a pixel, it just cuts them out, which is how we're able to have so many high polygon assets here without it, tanking the system.
Your PC might explode. We're not sure. The grass level was the bane of our existence for the end bit of development, I think.
It was just so weird.
Yeah.
Because
to go over the corruption issues that we encountered, that was just horrible.
Oh yeah. So I think it was something I had to do with my PC for some reason, but some textures randomly, like some rock textures, would just all of a sudden get blocks in them. Like, they'd be very pixelated. And then we went to the actual texture in the folder browser, and then we were only able to make 3 maps, purely because of time constraints, but we wish to have more in the future, different biomes, different like obstacles. So the lava one had hurting textures, or hurting volumes, so if you run into lava, then it'll start to hurt you. In the grass, there's nothing really.
I think they were pain-causing volumes, I think that's what they were called.
Yeah. pain causing volumes, and the acid one just has volumes that slow you down. This is a bit more simpler and a bit more flat just because we didn't have that much time, but we wanted to make each level a bit more unique from the other ones, even if it was either visual or mechanical.
We should really rename this one to like Moon or Asteroid, because it does not look like an acid level at all.
Yeah.
It looks way more like a moon.
Oh yeah, that's true. A bit alien too.
Yeah, with like the purple and whatnot.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to actually submit this project to the game jam because PC decided to not be able to build everything incorrectly. So we took the extra day to just really polish it up and get like a lot of the mechanics squared away and UI and sounds to be a bit nicer. But we still have a lot of ways to go, and I do hope to continue this project and really develop it to, the full idea that we envisioned.
We certainly had a few bugs before that third day of polish.
Yeah.
there were a couple that we didn't really notice because we were so rushed and so tired.
Yeah. Well, we hope you guys like the game that we made, and you can download it for free on our itch page. At least the demo that we have showcased in the gameplay trailer. And yeah, if you want to follow for more and see how the development process goes, subscribe to Random Access Games and see where the development goes.